Father Yah, please bless us. Please continue to guide our steps. Keep us safe. Most of all, give us strength. DRK. Okay, I do it for the Most High. Pray every day knowing that He love me. More blessings. If you ain't got Him, life messy, stressful. Got me all the tools to be better. Shout out to moms, pops forever. Created a legend, was there for every endeavor. Yahuwah, creator, the ruler. Said life is tough, but you gotta get through it like endure till the end. You might lose friends and fam. Yeah.
Can someone tell me what is going on anymore in the year 2025? We have rabbits with tentacles, right? We have zombie squirrels. And now we have reports of radioactive shrimp. All in the year 2025. Let's not even talk about the fact that all of these weird weather events keep happening. All of these massive floods and everything else. There's a lot of bizarre things going on in the year 2025. There's been a lot of bizarre things going on for a while now, but it really seems as if things have really ramped up this year. And again, I know I can't be the only one that has questioned what is going on, because there is something weird going on anymore. There really is. And it seems like every time you turn around, something more strange and weird happens with this year. It feels like we are living in the Twilight Zone. And again, I know I can't be the only one that feels like this.
There have been a lot of zombie animals popping up, and this is crazy. Starting with this zombie rabbit that was seen in Colorado. They're saying what it has is the cottontail papilloma virus, and it causes tumors to develop on the rabbits' heads. Obviously, officials are warning people not to touch these things because they're probably seriously infectious, and it's just disgusting. Why would you want to touch that anyway? Zombie rabbits, crazy. Not something you'd probably see in Texas. However, now there are zombie squirrels covered in oozing warts, and they've been spotted all over the United States. They haven't even said where they are spotting them. Like, this is actually scary because squirrels are literally everywhere. And why would anyone in their right mind pick up a squirrel covered in oozing warts with their bare naked hand? Like, that's crazy. You're just asking to start another COVID. Like, clearly you trying to spread a new strain of viruses, picking up some shit that look like this. Where do y'all think all these zombie animals are coming from?
Why is this squirrel just attacking me right now? What you at?
That's wild.
Nah, for real.
Look, you gotta be.
What's up, yo? Why is this squirrel just attacking me right now?
Shalom, I hope you all are doing well. I'm blessed, and I'm back again with just a quick video. 2025 definitely feels different, and the Most High is showing us a shift. Strange events, unusual signs in the heavens and earth, and things in our homes aren't just coincidences. They're the kinds of signs scriptures warn about. This channel is a place to read the word, test the spirits, and stand in covenant and faithfulness. Today we're going to be watching video clips of strange things happening around the world. Watch closely and test everything against scripture.
This is what you could end up looking like if you eat some of the raw frozen shrimp being sent to the United States by other countries. If you eat it, why could you end up looking like the alien in the Alien? Because the shrimp was radioactive, which if you eat it will turn you, may turn you into the alien, that at a minimum will cause you to grow an extra ear. It's not being inspected.
For dinner, you're cooking it, you ate it, and you found out it was linked to radiation. FDA just dropped some crazy ass news on a great value shrimp from Walmart. And you need to hear this. They are warning the public right now. If you bought shrimp, the great value shrimp from Walmart, do not eat it at all. Advise at Walmart's, if you got it, don't serve it. because they said it could have been linked to cesium 137, which is a radioactive isotope. There, y'all, is the same stuff that's linked to cancer risk. They say they found traces of this in the ports of Los Angeles, Miami, Houston, and Savannah, y'all. This shit is crazy if you ask me. I'm just trying to figure out, how does something like this slip through the cracks without them noticing? And why so late? And the crazy part is the FDA said no contaminated shrimp has reached the stores. So why are y'all giving out this massive warning? Something like this can slip through the cracks. How many other things slip through the crack without us knowing? This shit is wild, fool. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. If you got one of those bags in your freezer right now, I would go throw that joint out. I wouldn't risk it at all. Hell no. Like, how can we trust imported food if this shit is happening? This year alone, we've seen so that it don't make sense. If you made it to the end of this video, I appreciate you.
What's crazy is we're commanded not to eat shrimp anyway. That amongst all the other things that people consume that the Bible tells us not to eat. It's considered to be unclean. People getting sick from eating unclean animals and unclean things, it almost seems like one of the plagues Yahuwah tells us in Revelations to come out of Babylon so that we don't suffer her plagues. But people continue to do the things that he commanded us not to do. For a long time, I've been telling people something is shifting. You can feel it. 2025 feels like a different world. That shift didn't happen by accident. It follows a chain of spiritual, cultural, and social changes that started after 2019. The Bible warns of seasons and birth pains. It tells us to watch, to test the spirits, and to hold to covenant faithfulness. But most people have been fed a comfortable myth that a magical rapture will take everyone away before any pain reaches them. So they never learned how to endure, how to discern, or how to clean the roots of false worship from their lives. Meanwhile, we keep celebrating holidays that aren't of Yahuwah. Halloween, Christmas, Easter, even Valentine's Day are rituals with pagan history that we inherited without asking where they came from. I keep making videos because many of you keep asking for real answers. Some get it right away. Some resist because study is hard and truth often confronts pleasure. But we will continue to face these times in truth here on this channel so that we might endure unto the end. Let's stay watchful and grounded in this word and trust Yahuwah to carry his people through.
I never seen that other stuff. I don't want it. She has me on Flocka. Are you on Flocka? Oh my God! Yeah, she's on Flocka. It has to be Flocka. She's bleeding or no? No bleeding. She just looks like she's on Flocka. My roommate is Flocka. It's Flocka. No one's gonna walk out and get her. Shh. Just tell them to come and hang up. What's wrong?
Alright, so these people are walking in a straight line, and they've been doing this since all the way over there. And look at them. What is going on with these people? Roll slow walk, straight line. Let's see if they make the corner. Oh, I seen one look. I wonder if they've been hypnotized. What is going on with these people? Hold on, buddy. What are they doing? Let's see here. Oh. This is weird, dude. I wonder what this is all about. Wait, they're turning. Oh, there's a lady. What is going on with these people?
Everyone's talking about how 2025 has been so strange. Everything's off, from weird weather to bold animals, odd bugs, sudden earthquakes, and headlines that don't even make sense. These are signs of the times. If you read the Bible, and test the spirits and stay watchful, you'll understand what's going on and what time we're living in. I always remind everyone of Matthew 24:13, where it says, "He that endures unto the end shall be saved." The Bible warns us that we must endure, because we're living in strange times, where strange signs will appear in the heavens and on earth. Earthquakes and cosmic disturbances, deception and upheaval everywhere you go. We shouldn't panic, because these sights are a call to sober discernment. It's to test the spirits, anchor ourselves in Scripture, pray, and keep covenant in faithfulness.
2025 is officially becoming the year of all the crazy and weird things that are happening. So if you didn't see, Georgia, South Carolina, and Tennessee all thought they were under attack or that the world was coming to an end. Tons of people reported to the authorities fire falling from the sky. You heard what I said. Tons of people called in to report fire falling from the sky. As a matter of fact, take a look at this video. Can you imagine driving and seeing that fall right in front of you? What would you do? Now, what does that look like to you? I mean, can you imagine though? You're just going down the road and you're looking straight ahead. It looks like a beautiful, clear day. And what is that? There are a ton of videos of this fireball. Some people claim that it was a meteor. So you got to ask yourself a question. If it was a meteor, where was all the national coverage about it? Why is it that they're able to tell you about certain things that are allegedly coming toward the planet, and when something like this happens, just total mum, there's no warning, nothing whatsoever? So if you go back and check the video I posted about Alabama, where a radar picked up some type of explosion or fireball on the radar, could that have been a meteor as well? So once again, why was there no warning about this? When do you normally see fireballs falling out of the sky and landing in your neighborhood? If you're in Tennessee, Georgia, South Carolina, let me know in the comments if you saw it, and if you did, please share your photos in the comments as well. And as always, I'd love to hear from you.
You see, all we really have to do is pay attention to the same pattern. Folks run to every podcast, every post, every theory, looking for explanations. And when those theories fall short, they point the finger at the government or technology. Then when someone brings the Bible into the conversation, they shut down. Many people want answers, but they look outside the Bible. When those answers don't satisfy them, they blame the government or some hidden plan. And this is just what people do over and over again. And then we're in 2025 now, and they don't understand the shift that's happening, because they don't realize that the book or the Bible is the foundation. Time and time again, the Scripture records these very events and warns us how they will come. If you want clarity, start with the Word. Compare what you are hearing and seeing with Scripture. The Bible will expose false comforts. It will show the signs and teach you how to stand. If you refuse to read it, you're refusing the only true map for this season.
What? White House actually coming out and giving a warning about the fulfillment of biblical prophecy tied to the earthquakes that are happening right now. Let me know your thoughts on this. Is God angry? That is literally what we're hearing from the White House right now. If you think so, put yes. If you think no, put no. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. But let's take a look at the headlines coming out. You can see here just a little while ago the 7.8 that struck over in Russia, the Kamchatka Peninsula, yet again trembling the entire Pacific. We are seeing those waves spreading as we speak. Today, September the 18th, you can see here tsunami advisory issued after a 7.8 magnitude earthquake near Russia has just struck. Tsunami advisory issued in Alaska after a massive quake strikes off of Russia near the site of July's historic trembler. The quake is likely an aftershock of the historic 8.8 earthquake that struck on July 29th, sending tsunami alerts across much of the Pacific Ocean. And take a look here. The White House, Carolyn Levitt, appears to connect the earthquake to Charlie Kirk's death and biblical prophecy. And again, let me know in the comments, Is God angry? That's literally what they say right now. If you think so, put yes. If you think no, put no. Let me know your thoughts. But we're going to hear what the White House had to say about God's stance on what's going on in the world. Now, in addition to that, California also getting struck with some minor earthquakes today as well. September the 18th, a 2.4 magnitude recorded near Petrolia, and also a 2.1 in Round Valley, California. And let me know your thoughts. In addition to that, I had people messaging me, letting me know that 8.8 that struck the Kamchatka Peninsula back at the end of July was recorded as the 6th largest that we have seen. And that 6th largest one, they said, was so powerful it actually caused the earth to wobble on its axis. And they said very minute, but they actually managed to make the days shorter. Now the White House coming out and warning, hey, consider God's opinion about everything going on in the fulfillment of biblical prophecy.
Have y'all noticed that earthquakes are popping up in diverse places? Not just in one place, but in many regions. And the Bible names earthquakes as one of the clear signs of the end of this age. As Matthew warns, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. You see, everybody wants to look everywhere but in the Bible for answers. Folks are religious, but too many stop at sermons and headlines and never open the scriptures to read the whole counsel. That's why they can't connect the dots. The signs are written down, the pattern is clear to those who will study it. And to the remnant, don't be distracted by clever theories or political noise. Read Matthew 24, Joel, and the prophetic books. Test what you see against the word, pray for discernment, and stand firm in Yahuwah. The signs aren't here to scare you. They're here to wake you up.
You ever heard of Operation Big Buzz? 1955, the U.S. Army bred 1 million female mosquitoes that are known to spread yellow fever. Roughly 300,000 mosquitoes were loaded into bombs and dispersed from airplanes, as well as released from the ground in small boxes around the United States to check to see if they can spread bioweapons through insects. So these mosquitoes weren't infected by a disease or whatever that we know of, but it was just a test to see, can we drop them from bombs? And the conclusions were, yes, mosquitoes survive from aerial drops shockingly well. Tests proved that mosquitoes could, in theory, be used to spread disease like yellow fever, malaria as a weapon. Yay! Well, they did it a couple of times. They had Operation Big Itch, which they released fleas everywhere, and then they did Operation Dropkick, which is they released a ton of mosquitoes in Florida.
Oh, okay, cool.
Cuba in the 1970s and 80s accused the U.S. government of doing that exact same thing. So they accused the U.S. of releasing that type of mosquito to spread dengue. A 1981 outbreak killed over 150 people, mostly children. Cuba formally accused the CIA and the UN, though hard proof never surfaced.
Oh yeah, how do you prove where the mosquito came from? They're just thinking of everything. It's like that fog they put over San Francisco, and now we got mosquitoes. And this was in the 50s. They're doing something today.
Now we have that new thing going around where these ticks bite you and people are now allergic to meat.
That's crazy.
It's like an evolution of this disease that ticks can carry, where if it bites you, people now cannot consume meat without getting sick.
Wow.
Predicted 3 disasters hitting in September 2025. Number 1 has already happened. Number 3, a deadly bug disease spreads across America. Mosquito-like bugs bite in the night. People wake with swollen faces and burning fevers. Hospitals overflow. Doctors collapse at their posts. Skin turns pale, lips crack, and hands twitch uncontrollably. Hearts slow down. Ambulances roar through the streets. Entire neighborhoods fall under quarantine. Lisa warns that the bugs carry parasites, but no one listens. Number 2, the first snowfall of the year. September skies turn black with blizzards. Feet of snow bury Springfield. Roofs collapse, power lines snap, and trains freeze on the tracks. Homer digs with a broom and mutters, "Wishable when it'll just snow again." Marge lights candles in the dark and says, "I just hope the roof holds." Bart snowboards off the roof. Number 1, a famous political figure is shot during a speech. The Simpsons watch live as the crowd screams. The camera cuts. The podium is empty. Security swarms the stage. Shots echo across the plaza. People stampede for the exits. Barricades topple. Riot police rush in too late. By morning, candles and flowers cover the streets. Flags hang at half-mast. Reporters stand in the rain, microphones shaking. Follow for more Simpsons predictions like...
I showed this for a reason. Y'all know how the Simpsons show predictive programming or things that's going to happen later? It's the way that entertainment seeds in ideas and expectations into our culture. I'm not saying these things or showing these things to create fear. I'm saying this because what we see on the screen tends to shape what we accept later. When the show plays a scene of a speech, a shot, and a stampede, and a real crowd screams the same way, it's not a coincidence. It's not always a coincidence, should I say. We need to learn the language of the media and watch how narratives are prepared. So, flipping to something a little bit more personal, a couple of days ago, my daughter, when she was out walking a dog, she takes him in the backyard, she got a bug bite, which we know right now here in Texas, we have mosquitoes are really bad. So, it bit her and it swelled up to the size of an orange. We need to be vigilant, alert, and watching with sober discernment because these could be genetically modified or engineered insect. And while we don't know for sure, we don't want to be naive either. And I'm not jumping to wild conclusions, but I don't want to dismiss the possibility that something malicious could be at work.
Types of mosquitoes. There's the Egypti, which is the Zika, and then there's the anophelines, which are the malaria mosquitoes. He's absolutely right. The one thing I mentioned is the Wolbachia thing, which is ready for prime time. It could be rolled out in parts of Brazil or Puerto Rico as soon as we get regulatory approval. This gene-derived thing where you can actually drop the populations, we think in a couple of years that will be ready. And the regulatory pathway for that is unclear. Now, people don't eat mosquitoes much, and mosquitoes are not, these particular species of mosquitoes, or a very small percentage of mosquitoes, are not key to like bat populations or anything. So I almost, I have to always show respect for people who think it's a scary thing to do. I don't think it will be. I think the way we're doing the construct will make it a very key tool for malaria eradication. But how we get approval for that, because it's a very novel thing, is pretty open-ended. So predicting when that'll get deployed, I would deploy it 2 years from now.
Out of all my years existing on this earth, I have never seen a mosquito this big. But this thing was chasing me. I thought it was a bee. Boy, this thing right here is huge. Look at that, bro. Look at this thing. Look at this needle. That man trying to give somebody insulin. This man trying to inject some insulin in you, man. Let me put him down over here so y'all can really see him. Look at this, man. He won't even get off my finger. Look at that, boy. That man about to hurt somebody, boy. Man, he about to give somebody something, bro. Look at this man, bro. Do y'all see this mosquito, bro? This is a mosquito, bro. There's no way that this is a mosquito, bro. But that's crazy, bro. You got to go. Out of all my years,
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't recall Easter ever happening this year. Did anybody celebrate that holiday? Did Easter even happen this year? Yo, life is life.
Pagans expose the truth behind Christmas.
Folks out here
Listen.
think that Christmas is the original holiday at this time of year, and we kind of gently, I know Frank and I kind of gently nudge our Christian friends and say, just remember, you got all this stuff from us because we started this. The tradition of Santa actually comes from the tradition of the Oak King and the Holly King, and Santa is actually the Holly King who dies at this time of year and gives way to the Oak King to bring back the springtime, because the Oak King reigns during the spring and summer and the Holly King reigns during the fall and winter. And so Santa's ride is kind of his passing the hat off to the Oak King for the spring and summer. This is a very pagan holiday because it is. Also, the Christmas tree. Our Christmas tree, or our Yule tree as we refer to it, is a very pagan holiday, and what they're doing is bringing in the greenery into your house so that you're bringing in life and vitality and all that the evergreens represent.
There is nothing holy about Christmas. I repeat, there's nothing holy about Christmas. I guess y'all just have to hear from their own mouth that Christmas is not a holy day. It originated from a holiday named Yule where people was doing borderline satanic shit.
Y'all let me know what y'all think about what these pagans said about Christmas in the comments. Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. Follow me on YouTube if y'all want that exclusive content. Stay tapped in.
Me and my family, we don't keep any of the holidays anyway, but I don't even remember anyone talking about it this year, like family members or anybody. Anyway, these people who are saying that they don't remember celebrating Easter, I don't think it's just forgetfulness. I believe it's spiritual. And I believe it's Yahuwah stripping away the memory and the desire for these pagan traditions. Let me just add this. The fact that people are saying that they don't even remember celebrating these holidays shows us how empty and powerless they are becoming. Like I said, I believe that the Most High is causing people to spiritually forget Satan's feast days. And for his chosen people, he wants them to forget so that their hearts long for his holy days.
See this, you will never look at holidays the same. Every holiday is actually based on ancient rituals, and you've been participating in them without even realizing it. Let's start with Christmas. December 25th wasn't chosen by accident. Before Jesus, the Romans celebrated Saturnalia, wild feasts, gift-giving and honoring Saturn, the god of time. And the Norse, they had Yule, a solstice festival worshiping the rebirth of the sun. Easter, it's not just about Jesus. The egg and rabbit come from Eostre, the ancient goddess of fertility. These symbols have nothing to do with resurrection, but everything to do with reproduction. Halloween, it wasn't about candy. The Celts called it Samhain, the night when the veil between worlds was thinnest. People wore masks, not for fun, but to hide from spirits. Think Valentine's Day is about love? Think again. The Romans celebrated Lupercalia, a festival of fertility rituals, animal sacrifices, and a lottery where men would randomly pair with women for the festival. Cupid? He wasn't a cute cherub. He was based on Eros, the primal god of passion and chaos. So, are we celebrating romance or something much darker? Okay, but what about your birthday? That one's innocent, right? Think again. You light candles, make a wish, and blow them out. But why? The ancient Greeks did this as a form of fire magic, offering candles to Artemis, the moon goddess, so their wishes would be carried to the gods. Even the Egyptians and Romans only celebrated the birthdays of gods, kings, and elites because they believed it marked a spiritual rebirth. So, when you celebrate your birthday, are you just marking another year or taking part in an ancient ritual? July 4th, America's birthdays, or a solar ritual? It's right after the summer solstice, one of the most sacred days for ancient civilizations. Was it chosen for independence or cosmic alignment? And Thanksgiving? It wasn't just about pilgrims and Native Americans. Every ancient civilization had a harvest festival to give thanks, not to settlers, but to the gods. Is this really about history or an energy ritual we never stopped practicing? When you celebrate holidays, what are you really participating in? Hidden energy harvesting rituals disguised as traditions. What if I told you the calendar itself is a system designed to direct human energy? What do you think? Coincidence or something much deeper? Drop a comment below, and if you want me to reveal even more hidden holiday secrets, let me know. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Follow for part 2. Once you see this, you will never look at
So just a quick disclaimer, I do not follow Islam, but I agree with what Farrakhan is saying in this next clip.
Celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ. And if you are, you're making a mockery of it. Santa Claus has knocked Jesus out of the top spot. And the merchants who don't even believe in Jesus are busy selling you foolishness, making themselves rich and you poor for another year on the basis of a lie. And that's why they call it Xmas. Because you don't know who it is that you are worshiping. Where did you get this Christmas tree from? What does that have to do with Jesus Christ? And in all your churches, you have this big tree. Look at what Jeremiah the prophet says. It warns you not to follow the way of the heathens. For the heathens go in the forest and they cut down a tree. And they fasten it down and they deck it with silver and gold. Ain't that what you do?
This concludes my message. May the Most High Baruch all deserving. And remember Matthew 24:13. He that endures unto the end shall be saved. And until my next video, shalom.
Yahusha, that's the one to save you. Died for our sins, I just wanna thank him. Keep a few pieces to commemorate him. Keep in contact like 2020, needing more fringes. Getting more distant from those code switching. Covert operations and weird vibes from conversations. I see. Discernment is a real thing, and life showed me everything that shiny isn't for me. Praying for forgiveness, no, we born sinners. Love for gold and silver.